What are your plans to do with your wealth generated by XRP and this new quantum financial system? That's what I want to talk about in this video, because in my years of coaching experience and working with people who have been guided to XRP, there is a definite phenomena of spiritually awakened, conscious people, light workers, you could say, who are being guided to investing in this particular asset, this decentralized digital asset, over any other out there. I would say gold is the second most common one, but there is a strong, strong connection that conscious, present, aware people have to XRP in particular. And I want to talk about why I think that reason is. I've touched on this in previous videos, but I believe that we are coming into a massive financial shift on this planet. This is beyond my belief. We're seeing it happen before our eyes, right? We're watching the dollar collapse. We're watching the petrodollar no longer become the dominant form of currency on the planet anymore. We're seeing how the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, are making a new gold-backed and precious-backed digital currency. And we're seeing a need for interoperability and liquidity in this new financial system. So what does that mean? Well, when we talk about liquidity, you can liken it, as I have in the past, to water flowing around the planet, water energy. As Bruce Lee says, be like water, my friend. The earth is 70% plus water. We're even more than that, I believe. So water is very prevalent energy. So when we're talking about increasing liquidity with something like XRP, we're talking about increasing the spiritual energy on the planet, because money is a fundamental reflection of our own non-physical energies. Money is how we move value from one form to another form, whether it's from something physical to something else physical, like gold to American dollars, or it's something, wow, that was a big heron. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was really cool. Or it's something physical to something non-physical, like a coaching service like I provide to get you into and educated in this space for something physical, like money, right? So value can be non-physical to non-physical too. It could be exchanging a service for another service. But that's what we use money for in this realm, in this world. We use it to represent value exchange between different people, different groups. And so there's been this energetic blockage on the way that we've been able to move value between each other, right? The financial systems are so constricted, they're so tight. Literally, the fastest way to move money from one country to another, and even just within the United States from one coast to the other coast, the fastest way to move it is to get a bunch of cash and fly it to where you want to go. If you're going to make a bank transfer and it's not within your bank, say you're going from one bank to another bank and they're not interoperable, it's going to take 3 to 5 days to do a wire transfer or something like that. We've seen the other centralized financial systems, these private companies, exert control and rules and enforcement on their systems as well. And our freedom of finances is one of our most fundamental freedoms, because again, this is spiritual energy in manifested form. And a fish just jumped out of the water here. That was crazy. This is spiritual energy in manifested form, meaning that when they can prevent us from using our spiritual energy in the form of finances, they can restrict us from many, many other freedoms. A lot of our freedoms hinge on the freedom of finance. They are controlled by it, right? Think of really any freedom of speech, freedom to bear arms, freedom to whatever. Usually you got to have money to be able to really do that. You have to be able to spend the money, right? So when a bank can tell you that you can or can't spend it on something, like right now, a lot of banks are restricting people from buying crypto, which is an even stronger reason why we have to get into this now, because the window is really running out, because they're preventing people, because they know what's coming and they don't want you to be a part of it because of the massive shift that it's going to create and the sovereignty and the empowerment it's going to give people. So I truly believe that we are, as conscious, awakened, sovereign, divine beings, We're coming into a new responsibility where we're going to be coming into massive amounts of wealth. Those of us that have been guided to investing in particular forms of financial restructuring, in this case, XRP being the one that I'm seeing is the most prevalent and the biggest opportunity for people like us. It's going to give people like us the catalyst to be the change that we've wanted to see other people in the world do for so long. And I said this in my last video, whether it's presidents, ETs, scientists, whoever, that we've wanted them to create the change that we want to see for ourselves. We've been externalizing that. And I don't think anyone is here to save us. I don't think anyone is going to do it for us. I do think that many of these people are on our team and are helping in their own way. But I really believe, as the Hopi prophecy says, that we are the ones we've been waiting for. It's going to come down to us. And that's where I see XRP as being this pivotal catalyst to bring massive amounts of wealth to people like us so that we can be that change in the world that we've waited for so long. We can be the catalyst. And so this comes back to the theme of this video. What are you planning to do with your newfound wealth in this new world, this new earth, this new financial system? And if you don't know, that's okay. But it's something to start thinking about, particularly if you're invested in XRP. And I think that there's going to be other investment opportunities as well. And I do believe that this new financial system will free us all financially. But I think it might also take some time to get there. It's going to be part of what our mission is for those of us that are invested in these assets to create that world. So, for those of you that have been guided to XRP or that have some already, maybe you're in my coaching program, maybe you're thinking about joining, think about what you want to do. What change would you want to create in the world? And I would say that every person I know that has been divinely guided to XRP has some amazing plan for what they're going to do with their wealth, particular to their experience, their passions, their interests in the world. And this is where it comes down to us as individuals, because we have all had different experiences. We've all had different lifetimes. We've all had a different accumulation of what we're doing in our lives and the energies that we're working with. So really meditate on this if you don't already know. What is it that you're passionate about, that you want to see change in the world, that if you had the money, you could do it? You could be that change that you've been praying for others to do for so long. So again, I really think there is a particular reason why, especially in the world of digital assets and decentralized cryptocurrencies, that spiritual people, and I say that with quotes because, I don't like to put things into labels like that, but people who are embodied, who are activated, who are conscious, who identify as awakened or light workers or spiritual, there has been this phenomena of people being guided directly to this particular asset, myself included. I didn't like cryptocurrency at first because when I heard of Bitcoin and I heard of Ethereum and I felt into them, it was like this dense, sticky energy. And I was like, oh, I don't want that. Like, that doesn't feel good. And I let that define all the digital asset space for me. And then when somebody told me about XRP, and when they first told me about it, it was at 17 cents. And that was one of my markers for the universe, that when that number comes in, I know there's something real about that I'm supposed to listen to. And this is a good idea to have some kind of pattern that you can speak to the universe to, whether it's numbers, symbols, signs, events in your life, something that when you see that thing come into your consciousness sphere of awareness, you know the universe is telling you something and you can talk directly with God. And so that's what I felt when this happened to me. When somebody told me about XRP, it was 17 cents and I went, okay, I'm listening. And I followed my guidance and I invested in it. And it made me a lot of money in the beginning because I bought at the bottom of the market and it went up multiple, times in the following year. And now we're at that point again. We're at that point where the market is at its perceived bottom right now. Sure, maybe it'll go lower, but where XRP is sitting right now around 39 cents, I think that might be the lowest it's going to go. And so we have this opportunity now that we haven't had in a few years, that a year ago was not possible, where the value of this is a much better investment than it was. And so I'm kind of putting out this call of action to you guys, that if you have felt the guidance to this and you are ready and you want to step into this world and be this change and embody this change that we've prayed for others to do for so long, this is your call to action. This is your activation. And whether you come to me for help or you go to someone else, if you need the help to do it, find the help. Invest in yourself to get the education and the support that you need to get where you need to be. And if you can do it yourself, if you've got the time and energy to do the research and figure everything out that you need to do, then do that. But if you need that help, that's what I'm here to do, and that's what other people are here to do. And so if you want to learn more, I've got that free class down below in the description. You can check it out. And you can also book a free call to work with me directly, and we'll talk about where you're at, we'll talk about where you want to be, and we'll see if what I'm offering as far as my coaching program is a good support for you. And if it's not, then I'm going to try to send you in a direction that'll be more of what you're looking for. And to bring it back full circle again, what are you going to do with this wealth? Even if it's not from XRP, the wealth is coming, right? I think it's going to be centered around this, but the wealth regardless is coming to earth. So have that plan, tap into your heart space, see where you can be of service, not just in the future, but now, because that's important too, not to wait, not to put it off. It's good to have a plan, but also figure out what you can do in this now moment to help other people, to get you to reach your goals of how you want to help people on a massive scale. But start today. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I started this whole coaching program, to get people in this decentralized asset space, to make sure that their assets were going to be sovereign, because I saw what was happening in Canada, where truckers were getting their banks, all their private, financial accounts and apps were frozen, and private cryptocurrency transactions on private wallets were the only way that they were able to pay each other. It happened in Russia and Ukraine. It's happening all over the world, right? They're clamping down. So this window of opportunity is closing. And if you want the help, I'm here. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great one.